Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. We are starting to open another company under our advanced ambient light projection technology. This is under our exotic collection product lines for businesses. All right, so this product is also made for some companies, for company use also too, but mainly majority for customers. I'm showing you how amazing the technology looks. So this is our final and last screen paint we will be developing due to we have other things that we're working on right now, and it would just complicate things to just have so many on the website. So this right here is our advanced ambient light projection Black Series Edition, and this is the dedicated Black CINEMAX. Product is fully tested, so we do have test demonstrations backing this product up, or any of our products up, before the launch date. And this product does not match house paint in any way whatsoever. All those tests were done and presented on our website. Gee whiz, commercial right in the middle. Anyway, yes, so we have all tests backing up the products. All tests are displayed on our website. We also, too, under this product does have a proof that it does not match any form of house paint whatsoever. So that way the customer is not getting ripped off. There have been a problem with not saying house paint, but screen paints actually matching house paints. And again, that is extremely dangerous and very, very unsettling due to the fact that the customer has to make sure he or she is getting exactly what they paid for. So I'm going to be doing some updating on the site also too. I want to add in some more links of our test demonstrations. I also too want to add in, I think I designed a test page. I'll design a test page with everything on it and then link it to that page. That'll make it much more easier instead of y'all bouncing around all over the web page. So right now on the Black Series Edition page, we're minimizing everything in there so everything's more easy. We have a lot of stuff going on in that page. And then right now we're working on a second page for our company, for doing with the company applications. This is how amazing the image looks. We're at 155 inches, 1610 customized. My projector sits 21 feet from the screen. This time we are in 1080p instead of 720p. On this side over here, and then get my everyday lights. So you can see it's fully ambient light projection. The screen is not sitting on the floor. I've seen those demonstrations many times where people have screens sitting directly on the floor. This is never good due to the fact the screen is not really taking in any kind of ambient light because it's sitting on the floor. This technology can also pull a 100% contrast level. We're actually going to be installing, we have an install job coming up that we're doing about 11,000 square feet in a smokehouse. This screen is actually being installed in, 2 of them. They're at 200 inches each. So yeah, the dedicated Black CINEMAX is actually going to be in this environment. It's also in another environment on site we're doing over at a museum. All the screens in there are actually this product. So you can see the technology besides what I have it here. You can see it another place where I'm actually doing on-site with this particular product. I will be using this quite a bit on different on-site demonstrations. But tomorrow, I think today's Wednesday, tomorrow I go up to the walkthrough, and tomorrow I'm going to be dropping off 2 gallons of the dedicated Black CINEMAX, which is important because they need this technology to be to pull in a fully lit environment. Yes, it must be tested because that's one of the things they did request, and they want to make sure it doesn't match any black paint. Because again, at $362 a gallon, they want to make sure that this product is tested and doesn't match house paint. You have to have these tests ready to go when it is requested. And since these products we are seeing come out on the market do not have any form of testing whatsoever, you would never sit in those environments because that's something they request right from the door. You need to make sure what they're paying for, again, works. So we used to have it over here on this side at 106, and now it's over here at 155 inches. Let's see what else we got on here. So I'm just using my, well, not normal light, because we usually don't have the lights on in here, because I pay electric. But oh, the hammer pipes. I'm so glad that in the year I will never hear them ever again. I'm buying a house next year. Actually, no, this year I'm buying a house. Yeah, I'm buying a house this year. So no more hammer pipes. Ever. This is going to be an amazing year. And many years before, and many years after that, we have 11,000 square feet to do and install. We had to mark the other video private. I literally forgot I was in a live stream, got into a phone call with a friend of mine. So yeah, I basically put that movie or the video in private. That's why. So again, the product for this is actually extremely easy to paint. There is no hard to understand instructions. I use my normal lighting. So there's no hard to understand instructions, none of that nonsense whatsoever. You don't have to go through that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna swap out to my 720p model. I like using the 720p, I don't know why. Hold on for me. Let's pause it here. I gotta switch two projectors out real quick. So right here, this is my 1080p model. As you can see, that's the 1080p model of the Chrissy. I'm swapping out for 720p. These lights on. All right, so we're gonna swap out for our 1080p model. Sorry, swap out for our 720p model. Got that mixed up. Pull this out, wait for this to power off. And I'm gonna grab my 720p. I'm just now getting up. I just now got up. I have to go onto the other sites and I do a ton of information input for the new site. Go. Projector swap out. I'm going to switch out to 720p. So that's what we're doing right now. just shows, and we don't have to depend on a 1080p projector because we don't. That's one of the things we were quite impressed with. One, we're showing up the products at. Again, not a lot of money as we spend for a projector. Usually if a company walked in there, they would sell them thousands of dollars worth of screens, and they would tell them that they would have to have these $4,000, $5,000, even $2,000 projectors. But our technology doesn't require that. They were to install two 200-inch screens, but they're going to install two 200 screens, and they're going to use the projector cost for two of them only cost them $400, so actually under $400, because I got a good deal. And I have experience with those machines too also, because they make quite a lot. Okay, couple. Now I'm going to swap out for the 720p model. Where's your adapter for this thing? Then I pull it up right over here. I love how people will sit there and tell you, hold on for a minute, put this in here right. One thing you gotta be careful about, especially when you're doing business with people that are inexperienced with projectors. They will tell you they work with venues, they don't even know how to work a venue. They don't know anything about venues whatsoever. At all. I've had tons of venues, so I know just about everything about them. So I guarantee you that any video venues they saw in videos, they stay far away from because they don't even know anything about the machines. I know quite a bit. So if a company has to ask me about certain venues or what venues we suggest them use and why, we can tell them that because again, I work with a lot of venue projectors. That's why I said you gotta be careful about when people say certain things. They really don't know what they're talking about. If I were to ask them about Sony VPLs, there's three of them. What is the difference between the three? They couldn't even tell me what it is. They don't know. All venue projectors are completely different. And all the same. Even some can look exactly the same. Like we have right here under our Christie's. Both of the Christie's look exactly the same, but they can be different. This one here is LW401. So this is a 720p model. The one we just took out here is a 1080p model. That's the one I should be using for projector mapping because usually when we're using projector mapping, well, they request when you're using projector mapping that you're supposed to be on a 1080p model projector, I guess for sharper detail. But our screens are black, so we don't have that issue. We can use 720p's on them and still get a sharp image because it's a black screen. All right, let me hook everything up. Switch back over to 720p, which I like to use on my demonstrations. And that's what also too, this luxury smokehouse over there, they didn't put in 4K. They had the money. They could have put in 4K, 8K, whatever they wanted. They use 720p projectors for that setup because you know why? Our technology looks that insane on a 720p. You don't have to spend that kind of money. Save a lot of money. And that's what people want to do. That's why I hate to bring this up. If you're using expensive projectors in your demonstration, guess what's going to happen? The company's not going to get the same result off a 720p. Especially if the screen's gray or white, because you're going to have a problem pulling contrast, detail, and you will not be able to pull in fully lit environments. It will not work. So in order to make up for what the screen will be lacking, because it's already poor from the door, They're going to have to spend the money for an expensive projector to make up for what the screen can't see. That's what's going to happen. And you're going to cost the customers and people who are doing business a lot of money. That's why any projector being used in a demonstration, you either have to have the same projector or better in order to achieve the same quality image. So if you're using an expensive projector in your demonstration, you're going to cost the customers more money, a lot of money. Now, we use the Chrissy LWs quite a bit in our demonstrations.
What do I do?
And that projector cost my customer, who's doing business with me, under $400 for 2 projectors. That's it. And I've used projectors in demonstrations of $37 and still was able to produce images, contrast level, and color better than any other product on the market. You'll see as we go along, we start doing more of these installs that people have options. They don't have to go 4K if they don't want to. They don't have to go 1080p if they don't want to. They can use 720p and still get an amazing image. That's what that comes down to. You can't tell people at the end of the day, I can't say it enough, you can't tell people at the end of the day you're saving hundreds when you can't save money yourself. It doesn't work that way. Now we got it swapped out, had a 1080p in here, we swapped it out. Matter of fact, 1080p at 5,000 lumens. We downgraded just now. We went from, now we're at 720p at 4,000 lumens. I'm not getting any quality. Quality comes from excellent performance. That's what it comes from. That's why I like the lens shifts. Come on, get over here, baby. Be nice. Scoot it over. There we go. Now, let's see, I had you set up for the back, so that means you're running through HDMI. Oops, where are we clicking here? All right, there we go. There we go. And let's swing you over to a little bit bigger. Because you got too many adjustments for 150 inches. All right. There you go. Right back. Boom. Without skipping a beat. Now we went from a 1080p projector to a 720p projector. 1080p was 5,000, now we're at 4,000. That. So a little off. There we go. There we go. Just tad off on that one. Now, if I was a person who was buying my technology to install into my storefront or to install for business, storefront would be business anyway, or home, say the 1080p projector would have cost me maybe about $2,000, and this would have cost me much less than $2,000. I would have saved them a lot of money, because guess what? You don't need to have the 1080p projector. 720p would do just fine, with no problem whatsoever. That's the point I'm putting across. We save people who do business with us a lot of money. Now we just dropped our lumen count by 1,000. and we can still maintain at 155 inches, 1610 with no problem. And mind you, no HDMI ports. We're using VGA on the back of my projector back here, so we're not even touching HDMI. We're also running an adapter that allows us to convert the VGA over into HDMI. So that doesn't even distort the picture image. And we will always maintain a sharp, beautiful image due to the fact that our screen is 100% black and produces 100% contrast. Now I had to do 1,100 square feet surrounding area. It's very important that the product doesn't take forever to paint on. Because the last thing they want to see me is sitting there painting the screen, one screen over and over and over again. They don't want to see that. One of the questions, how fast does the application go on? And these are big screens that are going. These aren't small screens. These aren't the smallest screen we're doing are the tables. Those are the smallest. These screens can range anywhere from 150, 180, and 200 inches. The dome is way beyond that. The dome is massive. So imagine if I had to do, and I'm not going to mention anyone's name because I don't want them in our videos, but a particular individual who does make a black product and it takes forever to paint the screen, there's no way in the world they're installing that into a dome. It just takes too long. Or anywhere in the environment, it just takes too long. They want something quick, fast, good results, and again, not a headache. I like the 720p much better. Much, much better. Now the reason why a lot of those other companies do advise you, certified screens advise you to buy expensive projectors, because again, it's for what the screen is lacking. If you have a good screen, you don't require 1080p, you won't need 4K to do it. 720p would be most sufficient. Let's see what else they got in this room. 12K demonstrations. How much time we got here?
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm gonna have to today. I'm trying to figure out what we got to do today. I know I got to go back down there because I got to finish over there, but I'd have to still be over here because I have to do the update for the site. The site has to be somewhat finished before tomorrow because I have to have enough information, because this is where I'm going to be actually advertising that new site at on the site, and a lot of the technology on that site is going into the on site. So it's a lot of work. So I got to figure out how I'm going to juggle all this. And then if we get another on-site job, we might have to pass it, because right now I need to basically lock these in first, get them done, and then move on to the next job. So we're going to have to get a waiting list put in.
Something or someone comes along with the power to shape the whole world.
I'm going to tell you one thing real quick. Really quick. Naysayers, very important. This is how you don't embarrass yourself on camera. Next time I come on camera and I say, hey, we got backers, we got people that are supporting our company, keep your mouth shut. God's not a liar. You understand me? So if my Lord and Savior tells me, hey, servant, I have something back, a blessing for you, and this is what you have, and I come before you and say, hey, God has blessed us, we have so and so and so, don't run around and say, oh, he's a liar. Don't do this. I get yourself in a lot of trouble. God is not a liar. You understand how that works? So we go into these sites to set up. These are from people that God has given me, that's blessed us along the way, and we have more blessings to come, if it be his will. Because I don't like to put anything in God's mouth unless he basically tells me it. So when I tell you that my ingredients, my technology I have sitting before me right now comes from my Lord and Savior, and this is his blessing, and you guys want to go along and try to taint the very blessing that my Lord has given to me, the outcome is not going to be good. Just leave it at that. If I have a Christian come up to me and say, hey, God told me such and such and so, I'm not questioning it. I'm not saying anything about it. Nothing at all. Because I don't know what the Lord's saying to him at the end of the day. I don't care how crazy it may sound. I don't. I leave it in God's hands. And whatever God decides, God is the, people think at the end of the day it's the problem. People think that they're the justice of it all. You're not the justice. God is the justice. You understand how that works? So it's not your opinion that should matter. You need to back up, put it in God's hands, because God needs to handle that, not you. You can step in and give your opinion to a certain degree. If it's something where a preacher has got caught doing something that they should not have been doing, yes, you put your opinion. But certain things, if he said that God, I don't even get involved in that. I said, you know what? That's between you and the Lord. You work it out with him. And there you go. Leave it at that. I don't do that because I don't even know. I don't know. We don't think like God. That's the problem. Everybody thinks at the end of the day that they have the ability to think like God. You don't think like God. God don't think like us either. I'll leave that be. But anyway, it's how amazing the screen is. I'm so excited. You have no idea how excited I am. This is the biggest project I have ever done. And the beautiful thing about this, I know the owners. I'm on site. On top of that, and on top of that, I can come back and I'm going to be there for the grand opening. They're inviting me to the grand opening. And yes, they're going to be introducing me as the person who developed all the screens. Oh my goodness, it's so amazing. I can't wait. And I'm bringing my partner on with me. I have a partner. I call the barbecue chef. He is coming with me on this adventure. Ooh, I want to do a screen on a yacht. I don't like boats too much, but I'll do it for that one. We got this rear technology coming out. Really crazy stuff. So I definitely want to do that on a boat. That'd be pretty. Ah, cool. 720p swap out. We just did. We downgraded our projector just a few minutes ago. Tell me when you go to it's certified anybody at the end of the day. And in the middle of the demonstration, they pull the projector like, you know what? We're not going to use 4K. Let's bring it down to 720p. We'll do the rest of the demonstration tonight. Let's turn on all these lights. Nope, not going to happen because those are comfortable set environments. How beautiful it looks. He'll be over here too also. So he's going to come down here, pick me up, and then we're going to drive down there. And I want to do the walkthrough. I want him to come in and see the technology, what he's going to be receiving from us. Now, see, if I was all these awful things, these jealous individuals call me at the end of the day, I'm a scammer, I'm a thief, I'm all this at the end of the day, why in the world? And I have special settings on my camera. Why in the world would I invite investors into my apartment and go to their facilities to paint a screen in that doesn't even work? That shows you the level of jealousy and hatred our company was receiving due to the fact that our technology was that advanced. It's all being outed, all of it. All the haters and all that stuff that talked all this trash about our products being so dark and you can't see it and this, that, and the other, all that now is out in the open. So for a person who was scamming people for so long and stealing and robbing from people, I'm extremely bold to be walking into an open site with a bunch of people that are seeing that technology, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to manipulate that environment with brightness or whatever. I don't know. So it basically outset nonsense. Now they switched over to trying to make the product. Yeah, it's not going to go well in court. Good luck on that one. We are going to court at the end of the year. Sorry to put that in the video, but we're bringing a few people to court for trying to make our products. We're also bringing people into court also too for committing fraud and falsifying and everything else against our company, copyright infringements, a bunch of stuff. It's going to be an interesting end of the year. Christmas will not be good to some. By then we should have the back end of maybe 16, 17, God willing, companies behind us to testify. Have no problem testifying in court about the technology working perfectly fine. Let's see, let's go to this one real quick. Let's get back to, well, actually it's all business. That's all business at the end of the day, all business. And yes, these powerful people, individuals of business, have seen the other demonstrations and are quite displeased about how our company was treated. You got to be careful how you treat people in the end. You never know how people's companies could blow up overnight, and you got to be careful how you treat people. But as you can see, it all comes down to jealousy. We can switch over to 155-inch 1610 fully lit environment, break it down to 720p at 4,000 lumens, and still maintain a beautiful image as if it never even happened. This is why I need to get me a whole entire, oh, I can't wait, we get to build a new facility. That kind of capital, we can literally build a new test facility. Man, I'm gonna have some crazy stuff set up for Legendary. Those are our physical screens. So what we have planned for the company, because things now are changing at a rapid pace because of the Insight installments, I am going to be hiring a crew that will be wearing our Black Series Edition uniforms. They will be going in and doing installments, so that'll be fantastic. Another thing too, we're going to be changing out, as I said before, this technology you're seeing right here. This technology alone is going to have, we're not making any more. So we're not making any more. This is the final. No more screen paints. This is it. Unless we decide to make one more upgrade version of this, which we can do. I didn't think about that. Make one upgrade version, because we only got to do like one. That's it. So make one upgrade version. And we can launch along with within 2024 in that area. That is a thought right there. Oh, I forgot to shade the back of my windows too. We're doing a demonstration, plenty of light pushing in as usual. Up top, looking beautiful. But I think I'll make an update version of this. Yeah, to go with we can add it in 2024. All right, that'll definitely work. I think that's what we'll do. That'll be it. That'll be interesting. Then that'll be the last one. We'll make one final one in 2024. It'll be an update version of We'll make an update version of it for the Black Series. Then we can add some more of those elements into it. It's on Legendary 77, that element content. All right, okay. I'm thinking about some stuff back here. In 2024, we're going to have all physical screens. So that's what we're working on for that, all physical projection screens. Because I do want to do physical screens. Let me see. Yeah, I had to bring that up because, you know what I mean? I worked very hard at my technology. It took me years and years to develop it. My Lord basically blessed me with this amazing technology. And yeah, we've had to deal with people from time to time. Well, actually, we deal with people who basically try to slander our products. And for the longest time, made false rumors against our technology that it came up so dark you couldn't even see it. But yeah, oh, that's out the window now that we're doing these installments. All right, take this off. It's gonna drive him freaking crazy. Like, what the freak is that noise? I don't even sound that way. What is that? What is that? All right, I'm going to stop it here because I got to get in the back and I got to do updates on the other site. But yeah, work. We got much to do, much to do, much to do. And let me show you what our technology can do also too that other great products cannot do. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, people. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I myself am getting back to. I have to go work on the other website. Because now we have 2 companies, actually 3 companies. I have to get the other website up and going because that's where we're going to be putting our new screens at. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.